afternoon reception. For today's story time, since I've got my lion jumper on, I am going to read The Lion Inside. This story was written by Rachel Bright and Jim Fields, and I'm very excited to read it for you. I'm going to read the blurb so we can learn what this story is about. You don't have to be big and brave to find your roar. Being little isn't always easy, but when Mouse sets off on a journey to find his roar, he discovers that even the smallest creature can have the heart of a lion. Oh, how exciting. Oh, I'm definitely ready to read this book. Are you guys sitting comfortably? And I think that we are ready to begin. In a dry, dusty place where the sand sparkled gold, stood a mighty flat rock, all craggy and old. And under that rock, in a tiny full house, lived the littlest, quietest, meekest brown mouse. Oh, look at that. He was so very tiny, so incredibly small, that nobody noticed him ever at all. He got trod on and sat on and missed out for stuff, ignored and forgotten. Yes, mouse life was tough. Aww. Meanwhile, far above, on top of the rock, times were quite different. It was lion o'clock. The huge toothed creature made sure everyone saw how important he was by how loud he could roar. Can you do your loudest roar for me? Wow, that was so loud! He was head of the pack. He was shouting and tough. He loved showing the crowd he was made of strong stuff. Yes, all were impressed by this mighty king cat. If only, thought Mouse, I could be more like that. Then late one dark night, in his Minnie Mouse bed, the cleverest thought popped into his head. He jumped from the covers and held up a paw. I've got it, he said. What I need is a roar. I mean, what if this mouse was the weeniest mouse, Squeak? Was a little more grrr and a little less meek? Well, he'd still be the smallest of fuzzy brown mice, but he'd make friends and join in, and life would be nice. Yes, thought the mouse, I must find out how. I will learn how to roar, and I will learn it now. But gulp, oh my gosh, there was only one beast who could teach him this thing, but might make him a feast. Oh no. It was time to be strong, take a chance after all. Forever was such a long time to feel small. So he made himself brave and he thought like a winner. He set off for the top, hoping not to be dinner. Ooh. It felt like the scariest thing he could do. But if you want things to change, you first have to change you. The further he climbed, the closer he got to the slumbering lion reclining on top. Ooh. Then at last, as he stood on his tippity toes, he found himself suddenly nose to nose. Ah! Ahem, gulp. Pardon me. Wake up, Mr. Lion. You've got company. Squeak, Mr. Lion. What I've come to you for is Squeak. Do you think you could teach me your roar? Oh dear, what do we think the lion's thinking now? A silence befell that twinkling plain. Lion opened his eyes and puffed out his mane. Time slowed right down, why it felt like a week. Then he opened his mouth and let out an eek. The lion was shaking, his paws all a-fumble. He was backing away with a scrambling tumble. "Don't hurt me," he whimpered, "I tried to be nice." Well, my goodness, this lion was frightened of mice. "Don't worry, Mouse peeped, I'm a friend, not a foe. Let's rock this together, we'll have fun, don't you know?" That was a magical moment for sure, when Mouse didn't feel at all small anymore. He had found his true voice and learned to speak out, and for that you don't need to roar or to shout. And from that day and always, the two were a pair. They both liked that rock better, now that rock was to share. The Mouse was still little, felt big in his head, and Lion, he still roared, but with laughter instead. Oh. Yes, that day they both learned that no matter your size, we all have a mouse and a lion inside. Oh, what a lovely story that was. I really enjoyed that, and I hope you all enjoyed it too. Have a fantastic weekend, everyone, and I'll see you all bright and early on Monday. Adios!